If this is your first time on the channel, first of all, thank you very much for clicking on the video. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. My name is Brendon, and I am a non-elite runner with hopes to do a marathon sometime this year. My background is in triathlon, and before that, I was like over 300 pounds doing nothing. So this is all brand new, and I'm happy to have you on the journey. I'm gonna be sharing with you all the stuff that I pick up along the way. So if you wanna hear about marathon training, shoe reviews, anything to do with running, endurance sports, hit that subscribe button. And if you do like the content, I would really appreciate your help in defeating YouTube's algorithm team by hitting that like button. All right, let's move on with the video. Another week of training done and dusted. We are that much better. We've done some good depositing into the aerobic engine bank. We're feeling fit, we're feeling nice, but there's a couple of things that are preventing me from absolutely loving the training so far. And I'm gonna talk to you about how I'm dealing with them and my plan moving forward. And hopefully you can take some tips as well on how you can deal with, number one, the heat. And because I live on the east coast of Canada, we're surrounded by that big, beautiful ocean, but that comes with a bunch of humidity. And they say the humidity is a poor man's altitude, and well, I would have to agree with that. The second part is hills. I live in a very hilly area, and man, it sucks, but I love it. And so I'm gonna talk to you about how I'm dealing with the hills, and hopefully again, you can apply this to your training. So without further ado, let's get into this week's weekly roundup. Let's talk about it. Starting off with Monday. This was a very special day because I got to pick up these guys right here, the Saucony Endorphin Pros. I did my initial views on these, find the video up here somewhere. These were so fun to run in, but again, I had to stick within that MAF range. So it was like a 25-minute run, 4 kilometers, something like that, at an average pace of 5:49 for an average heart rate of 140 beats per minute. You've already seen all this stuff, but I felt really, really good. I don't know if it was the shoes, the placebo effect or what, but I felt absolutely amazing on that run. I thought it's gonna be a great week of training. Let's go. We're having heart rate monitor issues today. One of those days, it says my heart rate's 171. No chance. It went from 84 to 171 right away. Not right, so we're just gonna have to go by feel today, which challenges, but we overcome those challenges. Let's get into the run, boys and girls. Positivity, positivity. I think the heart rate monitor's back in action. That's right, baby. Power of positivity, but we're wearing gloves today. Pretty disappointed about that, but oh well. Let's keep on chugging forward. Hills and MAF training don't mix. They don't mix. Now downhill, that's another story. And Tuesday, we did a similar run at 4 kilometers in the Triumph 17 for that additional cushioning to kind of caress my feet and make me feel safe and secure after the harsh beat down that my feet would have gotten with that carbon fiber plate, although my legs did feel pretty nice. But we ran into some heart rate monitor issues. And I don't know if this happens to you guys, but for me, it happens quite often where when I start a run, my heart rate monitor is pretty accurate, like it says like low 80s, which is what I would expect at the start of a run. And then it skyrockets up to like 170, 180, 200, and it takes me by complete shock. Thursday comes around, and then we go out for another run, baby. We went out in the Hoka Rincons, aka Mr. Rennie Boy. And I must say, I love this shoe. At each run, it just further solidifies my love for this shoe. It's fantastic. Now, I am starting to see some marks on this guy, and I don't know if you won't be able to see it, but I'll try to put up some video clips. It's starting to wear, and I've only done 2 or 3 runs in this shoe. The outsole, well, it's hardly an outsole. I guess the exposed foam is starting to chip away, and that's something that I expected buying this shoe, so what can you do? Saturday comes along, and we do another run in the humidity. And we chose the Triumph 17 for this run. This shoe is amazing, but it's so hot. It's so hot. Like, built up around the heel cup is this memory foam that you would have seen if you saw my first impressions of it. I have a follow-up video coming out soon for this shoe, so if you're interested in hearing more about the Saucony Triumph 17 for the summer months, hit that subscribe button. it would be very much appreciated, and it will help you make the buying decision if you want to go with, well, and a lot of Saucony shoes in the lineup this year are very heavy, I find. This is my first year wearing Saucony, so maybe it's always been that way, but not the Endorphin Pro, of course, because that's just on a whole other tier. But we did that run last night and it felt so good. Again, after that run, I felt very light and beautiful. Wow, this shoe is fantastic, and the Maffetone Training is going very, very well. I think my average pace was 6:36 or something like that, which isn't super fast, but it's getting better. Before, a couple weeks ago when I first started, I wouldn't have been able to do that pace. I was in these high 7s, but it's already starting to get that aerobic base back. So that is the week of training. Monday to Saturday, we start back out today for this next week. Sunday to Saturday will be the next training period, I guess. Today, I think I'm gonna take out these Hoka Rincons again, just to see how the durability is gonna hold up and the slippage that I'll experience over a rainy day, a rainy and humid day, but the temperature's low, but it's still humid, so it's like, it's 100% humidity today. What am I supposed to do with that? So let's start with heat and humidity. First of all, why does heat and humidity suck? Well, it's kind of obvious. When it's humid, it's like you're out in a sauna, there's water all around you, so your sweat that is there to help cool you doesn't dissipate as quick, so your cooling mechanism is drastically decreased. So your body temperature is getting hotter, stress overall from being in the heat and not being cooled down, and you're working hard. So if it's hot and humid, you're gonna have to slow down because your body just can't take it. And of course, you can get acclimated if you go out there consistently each and every day in the heat and humidity. You will eventually get acclimated to that. And that's what a lot of professional athletes do. In the winter, if they're from Canada, they'll go down to Arizona is one of the popular spots for triathletes. I'm not sure if that's the same for runners and cyclists, all that good stuff, but I know that they travel there. I don't know why. Desert, I guess, so heat. But for us, everyday people that have desk jobs and people that have to go to work at normal jobs, what can we do other than going out there each and every day when it's hot and humid to get acclimatized? So if you're someone who's still in a cooler climate, you can put on a bunch of extra clothes and go out there and work in that, and your body will get more efficient at cooling with extra layers, so you'll be better acclimated to heat. If you have access to a sauna, after a workout, go sit in the sauna for like 30 minutes and your body will eventually learn how to cool itself. It's all these little steps to get acclimated to the heat. But for most of us, it's the summer months, so we don't need to really deal with that. All we have to do is get out there consistently in the heat and humidity. Make sure that if you're doing this, you're having proper hydration. That does not just mean just water. You have to have your electrolytes. Make sure you're replenishing often. Don't just have a drink of water at the start and then one at the end. If you're going out for more than, for me, I do it if I'm going out for more than 20 minutes. I stop and get a drink of water at that 15-minute mark and then fuel up on electrolytes at the end. It's very dangerous if you don't have that. So getting out there in the heat and humidity will make you acclimatized to the heat and humidity. You'll become better and more efficient at cooling yourself. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm just getting out there consistently. Now, people have said it can take like 1 to 2 weeks, and I am saying that's possible. But for me, where I'm not doing longer runs, it's gonna take me a lot longer than that. That's just my feeling. They also say that more aerobically fit people will become better acclimatized faster in the heat, which unfortunately, I'm just not that acclimatized just yet, but we're working on it, we're working on it. That's how I'm dealing with the heat, just getting out there and learning how to do it. On to the hills. The hills, there's nothing we can do about them really. We just need to put in the work for hill training and all that good stuff. But there's one thing that people doing new Maffetone training, I would suggest you do. Now, even if I go up a medium climb of 100 to 200 meter stretch of say 5% grade, I can tell for the rest of the run that my heart rate's a little bit out of whack. Even if I was trying to keep my heart rate down, slowing the paces to almost a halt, I still feel that effects later on in the run. So what I'm gonna start doing, and what I did do over the last few days, is walk up all climbs more than 100 or 200 meter stretch. The reason for this is because I don't wanna have the rest of my run be deteriorated because I decided to be a show off and run up a hill. Come on, that's just, check your ego, walk up a hill. Your body's gonna thank you later on in the run. Your paces will be higher, so you're gonna learn to keep that pace up. That's That's just what I'm spitballing. There's no science to this, but that's just what I'm thinking. So my tip for you, if you're just getting into MAF training, walk up all hills. Just walk up all hills. Your body's gonna thank you. You're gonna enjoy your run a little bit more because you're not gonna be trying to always catch up with your heart rate to get it back down. That's just what I'm thinking. It could be totally off, but I'm gonna try it. And I'll check back with you guys next week to give you an update. See how it goes. The gear of the week, it's gonna obviously have to go to the Endorphin Pros. This thing is, I love it. I can't wait. I might take it out today. I really might. It's supposed to be an easier run, but I might have to take that out. Okay guys, let me know in the comment section down below how your training week went. What are you up to? Are you doing some Maffetone training as well? And what are your struggles? My struggles, again, are the hills and the heat. But we're gonna try the little steps that I put out there to see if they help me in the long run. I'm sure they will, right? We have to trust that. Anyway, have a fantastic day. I'm gonna go have some water and then get out for this run, and I hope you're gonna do the same. Enjoy your Sunday. I will see you probably tomorrow, actually. I have a special video coming out. Hit that subscribe button down below, and I will see you then.